Hey guys, something that we hadn't talked much about, and what I want to do is try to explain to you how important it is to try to have a strategy with building out your distribution. When you do that, you're going to go into it much better. You're going to come out with a better understanding of how you're going to increase your revenue and how you can get to $1 million brand really quickly. So typically, right now I'm in one of our retailers, but when I first started, what I wanted to do was I wanted to really increase my retail space. So when I say retail space, I look at every customer or every distributor as a retail, kind of more like a real estate. So that building to me is a building where I could potentially earn revenue, whether it's a convenience store, a grocery store, a natural grocery store, a vitamin shop, a fitness center, a bookstore. No matter what it is, I look at it as it's a real estate and an opportunity for us to increase our profit. So when I first went in, my main objective was, if you think about how to get to $1 million really fast. So I said 300 stores, which is very small when they start talking about, some of these brands that are very massive and they're in 4,500, 5,000, 10,000 stores. But all I wanted to do with my brand at first was just to kind of get into 300 stores. And once you got into 300 stores, I wanted to try to produce $300 out of each one of those stores. So if you do the math right now, you take 300 stores that you would need to pitch your product to, or at least get into it. So you got those 300 stores, right? So your product's there. Now, my next goal was to try to get $300 out of each one of those stores, okay? Yeah, it takes a little marketing, it takes a little, elbow grease and working about it, but if you really think about it, it's such a small scale, and it's very easy to do if you can actually plan and strategically plan to have those 300 stores in your area or somewhere that you can get to very quickly and actually work that store and build up your revenue. My main strategy was to get 300 stores times $300 per store. You multiply 300 times $300, and that gives you about $90,000 a month that you're producing out of just those 300 stores. Now you multiply that times 12, and easily you're at $1 million, $1.8 million, something like that. But at the end of the day, it's just the strategic thinking of how you're actually going to get there, and just focus on that. So while somebody's trying to pull you over here, say, hey, why don't you come try to be in this store way in California or way in Texas? Focus on trying to get your base right where you are. Focus on trying to get your accounts where you're located so you can strategically build up the sales in that area, the marketing in that area, and get your revenue up per store. So just imagine now, if you got your 300 stores, what you're gonna do way more than that. But if you got your 300 stores, that's just $300 out of it. Just imagine if those stores start to really work for you and you're getting $600 a store, $1,000 a store. And and all the way, your customer base is increasing, and you're also starting to get more accounts. And that, my friends, is the key to strategically planning and building year over year, and staying focused on growing your stores or putting your product in places that you can control, and minimize if you need to pull the lever up to pretty much kind of drive sales in one area, pull the lever back in one area because it's not doing well or whatever the case may be. You can get to it overnight. It's not something you got to spend 2 weeks to get to it because it's on the other side of the country and you can't get to it, so you end up losing a store. So strategically plan out everything and how you're going to actually reach the dollar amount that you want, and take it in baby steps, and that, my friend, will make you successful. Now, something to keep in mind here is the fact that, you want to try to be able to have enough products where you can fill the shelf. Now, don't get me wrong, one product, could definitely fill the shelf, but you're probably going to have to be moving a lot of it. But luckily for us, we have a bunch of different SKUs that we can kind of mix up and increase our sales volume. But You know, when you sell to the bulk that I was talking about, and you're able to sell a massive amount of product, you need to get it displayed as much as you can. And this is what we try to do in a lot of our retailers if we can. You know, there is some cost that comes with this. However, sometimes the cost definitely pays for itself in the end. Not all retailers are going to be willing to give you an end cap to start off with, but if you can get an end cap and do really well, that will actually set it up for them to give you more end caps in some of their other stores and really get the ball rolling on your product. But you know, you can also reach out to me at any point in time to really talk about negotiating that for you. But for the most part, just kind of want to let you guys know how important it is to try to build up your exposure space in all of your retail stores. You don't necessarily have to do it with an end cap. You can also do it with a cooler. You can do it with marketing displays, or you can actually have a lot of different signage throughout your retailers. Doesn't matter if it's a grocery store, if it's a retail store for clothes, if it's a boutique, if it's a spa, no matter where you are, I don't care who you are, what type of business that you do, marketing is the key. And any way you can do that, where it's just your product that's doing the marketing, saves you a lot of time, a lot of money. And not only that, all the focus stays on that product, and customers are able to pick it up, purchase it, and move on and keep that ball rolling. All right. And the good thing about, and one of the good things about having an end cap is that it allows the customer to order in bulk, so you can able to keep those strong invoices coming. Like I talked about in a previous video, everybody wants to get to the point where they're selling a massive amount of cases or massive amounts of product, no matter what it is. And when you can do that, your revenue goes through the roof. Instead of trying to do one case at a time, or one product at a time, or one t-shirt, or one, you know, whether you're moving candy, potato chips, you know, anything. So, and that's the piece that you want to get to. And ultimately, we try to strategically plan and try to help you get to that stage early and not late in the game.